Hi, I'm Keir the Nordic Welshman and this is Buddy. Today I'm going to be carving a wood spoon out of silver birch. But first it's time to get the fire going, get a brew on and get underneath this tarp because today is a rainy day. So this is the shelter I set up. Got a little cover over the fireplace there with a makeshift, kind of like a makeshift chimney, I guess, from my poncho. And around this side, it's nice and cozy in there, so let's go make a fire. So I'm going to start the fire today using a little camping hack. Because everything's so wet, it just means starting the fire with the sparks going to be that much more difficult. So today I'm going to use a little bit of Vaseline and toilet paper to get this fire started. If you just strike toilet paper, it will go up in seconds and you won't have enough time to get your sticks burning. But if you add the petroleum jelly from Vaseline, it helps to burn a lot longer, and that's going to help to get your fire started when you start putting bigger and bigger sticks on. There's one. And all I'm doing is just wiping in the petroleum jelly, getting it nice and soaked in there. You could also use cotton swabs for this, cotton balls. Maybe that's a bit more traditional. But yeah, I had a lot of toilet paper lying around. So we're doing this. So I've got my toilet paper Vaseline mix. Buddy, leave it. Leave it. This is my bundle of kindling. I've also got some birch shavings. This fireplace is completely soaking, so I'm gonna start by, again, making a little fire plinth. So the wetness doesn't kill my fire. Then we put our toilet paper with Vaseline right in the middle. I'm gonna add my shavings, birch bark over the top. And I got my sticks ready to go, so I can add them quickly. And this is where the wind starts, of course. Lovely whales. Anywho, so oh, here we go. So the wind put that one out. Oh, here we go. And now we can build our fire up gently. Oh. So now I've got some of these smaller sticks already burning. I'm going to add slightly thicker sticks on top of that. And this is how we're going to get our bed of embers. Once you have a bed of embers, it just means that it's easy for you to keep the fire going just by adding some smaller sticks. But without the embers, your fire can disappear quite quickly. This time we're going to use 2 bags. You need your strength when you're spoon carving, that's for sure. I I do apologize if there's a lot of wind noise. I've done everything I can to try to stop that from happening. So while my tea is brewing, I think I'm going to show you my tools and what I'm going to be doing today. So I have this piece of silver birch, and my plan is to turn this block of wood into a spoon by the end of the day. Full disclaimer, this is like my third time carving a spoon. So this is not a masterclass, this is just me showing you how I'm doing it. So there may be different ways of doing it. This is my wood carving kit. I picked it up on Amazon for just over 20 bucks. And it has everything I need in here to carve and to get started. Because, like I said, I'm new to this. And I wanted to just to see, do I like carving? Do I not like carving? I didn't want to go and spend a lot of money on carving tools if I didn't like carving. So in this kit from Amazon, you have a stropping leather here, which helps to keep your blade nice and sharp. Also, there's this green compound, which basically helps to, remove pieces of metal as you're stropping. I have my hook knife here, which I use to gouge out the spoon. My short carving blade, which I'll be doing the majority of the carving with. And this is a chip carving knife, which is used to add decorative touches to wood. But this is a blade I haven't used yet. I haven't tried it in chip carving yet. So maybe next time, we'll see. So just in case you didn't see it from back there, here it is up close. And of course, I'm not going to do this all with just a knife. To remove all this material, I have to start somewhere. I'm going to be using this Hultafors axe. This is the hunting axe, and this fits also inside my pack. So I wanted something that was an all-rounder, and I think this is the perfect companion for me. Ooh, smoky. It looks like my tea is ready. Idiot. Let's try that again, shall we? Why did I think that would work? Smoke in the eyes. So my tea is ready. That's very good. Now I really can get started. I'm just gonna start by smoothing off this wood here with the axe. But I don't do anything with an axe without putting my gloves on first. Most of the time. This one time in Finland, I chopped the end of my thumb, and that was enough for me to know, even if these gloves are not gonna fully protect me from the axe, that doesn't matter to me. It just matters that I try to reduce the damage. And of course, try not to hit my hands at all. That would be really good. When you're using the axe, it's better to always keep the edge of the blade below your hands and keep your hands well out of the way. Alright, so I've got my design now, put down onto the board. See that? And I'm going to start roughing out the shape of the spoon. It's all about getting it as close to that line as you can. Little bits at a time. You don't want to go too far, too fast. So I've got the rough handle shape, very rough handle shape cut out here. And I'm going to remove some from the back there as well. I think it's good to help yourself by taking off as much wood as you can before you get to the knife stage, because that takes forever otherwise. If you put your tea in your metal container close to the fire, it keeps it warm, which is nice. On a cold day like today, it's good to keep a warm drink inside you. Jesus. Windy. See, wherever you come down into a sweeping cut, it tends to gather like this. And if that happens, you need to come back from the other side to take it off. So any curved surfaces, you need to attack it from both sides of the wood. And then see now, I got it coming back the other way. You just got to keep going back and forth, and eventually you end up with a nice smooth surface. With the other spoons I made two mistakes. The first mistake I made was not taking off enough material with my axe to begin with. So the carving process took forever. And the second was, especially on the first spoon, taking way too much material towards the end. I kept going deeper and deeper and deeper until I was left with basically firewood. So try not to make the same mistake twice. These small movements with the axe make it a lot safer. If you're swinging your axe, you can hit the back of your hand or your thumb or your finger, and you really don't want that. There is my initial shape, just using an axe, nothing more. I think from here I'm gonna try carving out the bowl, and then I'm gonna refine this all using a knife. But first, I think it's time to get a brew on. At least the sun's coming out now. So I'm just working it from both sides. It's a very shallow spoon right now. I wanted to be able to dish out liquids like soups and stews. So I'm gonna need quite a big bowl. Just finishing off this bowl now. Trying to smooth it out as best I can with what I've got. I did notice as well in this wood there's some cracking right at the tip here. I don't know whether I caused that from the axe or whether it's just because of the way that it's been drying and it's split. It's a bit of a shame, and I try to do better next time. And the next time, and the next time. And do I like carving? Yes, I like carving. It's quite fun. Every good woodworker needs his tea. Bloody windy, Charlie. Bloody windy. So now it's time to move on to the actual carving part of the task. As you can see, it's a pretty rough shape right now. Let's see what's gonna happen. This part here is something I should have dealt with the axe. It's the very center of the wood. That's where it's prone to cracking. So my bad, I'll learn better next time. Better next time. Mistakes are actually a good thing. I think you learn more from mistakes than you do from success. As long as they're not catastrophic failures. If you've got some ideas about what kind of videos you'd like to see from me, please write that down in the comments below and let me know. Still looking pretty rough, to be honest, but you know, miracles can happen. I want to try and get out as much of this roughness as possible made by the axe. Buddy's just chilling, you know how it is. Again here with the knife, I'm just making very small, precise cuts and using as much control as possible. It's easy to slip with a knife and cut yourself. So always keep your fingers away from the blade and do everything very deliberately, you know. the wood keeps pulling me to different places as I'm carving, and I can see, oh, that bit needs a bit of work. Oh, that bit needs a bit of work. I don't know if everyone's like that when they're carving, but I seem to just jump between things. If you made it this far into the video, you really should think about subscribing, because, you know, there's going to be more like this coming, more videos like this, but, you know, different. The video I want to see is moving to Finland video. So right now I am almost there. I've got a pretty unpolished, but it's looking close. So now it's all about the fine cuts and the final shaping, and then we get to some sanding. Just taking off tiny little pieces now. There's no need to take big gouging cuts anymore, because I'm almost where I want to be. Alrighty, so now I've got myself as far as I can go with the spoon, with a knife. The next thing is to get some sandpaper on this, smooth it right out, and then I can oil it up to finish it off. I've got lots of different grades of sandpaper. Basically, you just start off with the most coarse sandpaper and work your way down right till the very lightest grain. Those of you who are quite observant would have noticed that I no longer have a back to my chair. It snapped. Well, it snapped because I was leaning back to get some firewood, and then the whole thing... I'm sorry I couldn't show you that in action. But that's also another video idea I have, which is to make myself a nice bushcraft chair that won't break, that I can leave down here and just use it when I'm doing my bushcraft. And now it's gone bloody lovely. You never know what you're gonna get with Welsh weather. Very strange. Very strange. While I'm doing this, I'm finding little nicks here and there, and I can clean that up quicker than using sandpaper just by getting the knife in there and just pulling that out. And then sand it back over again. It's a process. It's definitely a process. I just want it to be good enough for making soups and serving soups. I think it should be fine for that. Soups and stews. I don't know how entertaining it is to watch someone sand something. Probably not very. Yeah. So that is the spoon smoothed off. Now it's the arguably best part, which is to put the wax that will protect it. I've got this guy. It's a mixture of mineral oil and wax, and it's going to protect the wood when I'm using it, so that it doesn't just rot, obviously. probably do this again a few more times, just to make sure that the oil goes nice and deep and I get a proper seal in there. So yeah, you're gonna see the spoon again in a stew or a soup video. Gonna make some nice campfire stew. If you're interested in that, please let me know. But of course, the most important thing, if you're not already, please subscribe. It's gonna help me out a lot, and it's gonna help me to be able to make more videos for you in the long run. So there we go. One silver birch spoon, carved by hand. It's not a work of art, it's not the most perfect thing in the world, but it will serve purpose, and I've learned a lot. I've learned that I should check the wood, the ends of the wood, for cracks before starting. I've learned that I like carving. Alright, so the fire is pretty much over now, and for me it's time to go and get something to eat. Been down here all day. So from me and Buddy, this was carving a wooden spoon. See you in the next one.